Morning, YouTube. Corey here from the PhoenixEnigma.com. Wow. Do I got something for you here. I made a video a couple days ago linking pedophile networks and the CIA to this event in Vegas. I had a few emails from people calling me a whack job, conspiracy theorist, saying I was going down crazy rabbit holes that did not exist. Here we go. This research I'm going to show you here is from a researcher by the name of, well, she goes by What Big Eyes You Have. She will not give out her real name. She appeared on the Jason Goodman channel on YouTube. She's a researcher, and she's a damn good researcher at that. So here we go. Let's get into this here. 2014. Guy by the name of Harold Roland Paddock, 60, was arrested at the Manila airport. He has allegedly tried to flee on a flight back to Bangkok. Family members of the Ronaldo Beach man arrested in the Philippines in the alleged molestation of two girls. They fear for his life as they fight in what they believe to be trumped-up charges. The Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission and the Task Force of Anti-Trafficking of Persons took him into custody. He was hospitalized for about a month following his arrest, but was recently placed in jail in General Santos City. Paddock's brother-in-law, John Hokett, said, "My brother-in-law is detained under guard for things he didn't do, who is trying to gain public attention to get Paddock freed. It's a scam." You remember Stephen Paddock, the shooter in the Vegas shooting, alleged. His girlfriend is from the Philippines. Okay? Doesn't end there. Harold Roland Paddock, 60, in 2014, that'd make him 63 this year. Basically, I've been kidnapped and held for ransom, but the twist is the crime syndicate's terrorists have enlisted the police to do the arrest and detention part of it. Then they do payoffs when the extortion money comes, Paddock wrote in an email received Saturday night and Sunday. Yes, I am openly accusing the police and the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission of collusion with the terrorists in this racket. And that is the reason for the 4 separate attempts to kill me, plus numerous death threats, he said. Got a guy by the name of Paddock who's arrested 3 years ago in the Philippines on what he says are trumped up charges, pointing straight at the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission. You go to the story about Bruce Paddock, the guy who was arrested the other day here. It seems unlikely that Bruce Paddock faced new police scrutiny as a result of the media focus on his family, as many charges against him appeared in late 2014. In my video the other day, I asked how come, if Bruce Paddock had child pornography and molestation accusations back in 2014, did they wait till 2017 to go after him? Is it a coincidence that this Harold Roland Paddock was arrested in 2014 in Manila, charged on what he says are trumped up charges by what appears to be the CIA? And then we have Bruce Paddock, who was accused in 2014, going down here. But wait, gets better. WikiLeaks.com. Go to WikiLeaks.com and just type in Harold Roland Paddock. Here's what you come up with. Although maybe entirely coincidental, the use of name Dorothy Jean Hoskins by subject MC Cormack brings to mind inquiries made in 1973 in Australia and New Zealand. Possible presence there of Benjamin Hoskins Paddock. That is Stephen Paddock's father, the bank robber here in Phoenix, who robbed the banks and broke out of jail. A.K.A. Benjamin Hoskins Jr., and many other names. Paddock is one of the FBI most top 10 wanted fugitives. Detailed background data, re him plus identification orders with fingerprints and photographs sent to Commonwealth police in all states and territorial police in Australia on July 31st, 1973. Copies provided for assembly, yada yada. No positive results accrued. Suggest at the time MC Cormack next approach origin of use of Hoskins name be determined with the idea that she may be associating with Benjamin Hoskins Paddock in Australia. Well, you go to Stephen Paddock's girlfriend, Mary Lou Danley. It's her right here. She was the one who was in the Philippines at the time of the shooting. They couldn't find. They flew her back. And Mary Lou Danley, second from the right, is from a large family, which includes her sisters, yada yada yada, who both live in Australia, as did she until marrying an American man, Gary Lee Danley, in 1990. People, you have what appears to be a big ring of, I don't know what you call it at this point. I really don't know what you call this. If you're still believing the official narrative on TV that one guy went crazy and pulled 23 guns to the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay and opened fire on people, well, I don't know what to tell you. People, it's obvious at this point that this is a CIA operation. It's obvious at this point that the entire family was sheep-dipped at one point. It's obvious that the father, Benjamin Hoskins Paddock, was busted by the FBI at one point, and they utilized him as an asset to get things done that they couldn't do themselves. This is common knowledge. Made a video about it. Everyone knows this happens. This is part of their standard operating procedures in the FBI and the CIA. It's obvious to me that Stephen Paddock was also tapped. A professional gambler does not make that much money. A professional gambler who owns 2 airplanes and flies back and forth and has connections in the Philippines where the majority of the sex trafficking goes. I've gone into the honeypots. I've gone into the brownstoning. I've talked about how Washington is controlled and how assets are controlled through these operations by getting dirt on people. I've talked about how the Trump administration has been busting these and cracking down on them. Over 1,500 arrests since he took office. Do your research.